Quiet, please. Play.
After some dramatic action on the opening day of the championships, Tuesday had a lot to live up to as the two world number ones got their tournament underway in front of an expectant centre court crowd. Serena Williams kicked off proceedings against Luxembourg's Mandy Minella. Ranked 92 in the world, the 27-year-old had a mountain to climb to get anywhere near the American. Taking just 19 minutes to wrap up the first set, the 16 times Grand Slam champion rarely looked troubled. Although at times, frustrations bubbled over when she failed to convert winners to absolute perfection. Minella was soon put out of her misery, Williams wrapping up the match 6-1, 6-3. She now faces Caroline Garcia, who saw off the challenge of Zheng Jie in straight sets on court 16. Australian Open finalist Li Na was also in no mood to hang around. Tipped by many as a possible title contender here, she showed everyone exactly why that was. Dropping just 2 games en route to a 6-1, 6-1 demolition of Netherlands' Michaela Krycek. She'll be joined by fellow countrywoman Peng Shuai, who despite being out on court 16, put in a performance that wouldn't have looked out of place on centre. A 6-3, 6-2 win over Anabel Medina Garrigues secures her passage through to the second round. 1996 Wimbledon semi-finalist Kamito Date Krum proved that age is no obstacle. The 42-year-old taking just 44 minutes to beat Karina Withoff 6-love, 6-2. Whilst Australia's only seeded female player, Samantha Stosa, took just over an hour and 10 to see off Slovakian Anna Schmidlova in straight sets over on court 3. After Ursula Radwanska safely negotiated her way through to the second round, all eyes turned to older sister Agnieszka to see if she could replicate the form that saw her reach the final here last year. Unsurprisingly, she was keen to make light work of Austrian Yvonne Musburger, and she duly obliged. 6-1, 6-1 that finished, an outstanding performance for the 24-year-old Pole. There were mixed fortunes for the British woman on day 2. Despite putting up a brave fight, Tara Moore was sent tumbling in 3 sets against Estonians Kai Kanepi, while Heather Watson, who'd never progressed past the third round of a Grand Slam, looked out of sorts and out of ideas as she waved an early farewell from SW19, losing 6-3, 7-5 to American Madison Keys. There was better news though over on court 1, where local hero Laura Robson faced world number 10 Maria Kirilenko. The youngster is starting to turn heads on the women's circuit and is playing well beyond her 19 years. Breaking at 4-3 in the first, it wasn't long before she'd taken the opening set. If Robson was suffering from stage fright, she certainly wasn't showing it, grabbing a double break in the second before wrapping things up 6-3, 6-4. Unquestionably the 19-year-old's finest moment at these championships, but just how far can she now go? Also joining her are, amongst others, the 7th seed Angelique Kerber, Slovakian Dominika Sibilkova, and the 2011 semi-finalist Sabine Lisicki, who saw off Francesca Schiavone with ease 6-1, 6-2. A day may have passed since Rafa Nadal's unexpected exit, but the shock was still reverberating all around the All England club as Novak Djokovic walked onto centre court for his opening round match against Florian Mayer. But any chance of a repeat upset was quickly extinguished. The Serb has never lost to the German, let alone drop a set in their 3 previous meetings, and he was quickly in cruise control. Despite Mayer putting up a fight, he just didn't have the ammunition to stave off the Serbs' onslaught, and in just under 2 hours, his fate was sealed, beaten 6-3, 7-5, 6-4. Richard Gasquet had to fight back from a set down to beat Spain's Marcel Granola in 4, whilst French Open finalist David Ferrer suffered a brief scare en route to a win over Martin Alland. The Spaniard looked in fine form in the opening set, dropping just 1 game, but in the second, his opponent hit back, winning it 6-4. The Argentine had only played in 1 Grand Slam prior to this and looked like he might go on to win the third, leading at 1.43. But Ferrer dug deep to win that and the next. Relief all round then for the number 4 seed. One Argentine who will be flying the flag is Juan Martín del Potro, who sent Albert Ramos packing 6-2, 7-5, 6-1. The 2010 Wimbledon runner-up Thomas Berdych took just under 2 hours to dispose of Slovak Martin Klizan. But one man who didn't have things all his own way was Bernard Tomic, who had to call for a trainer and a doctor in his match with Sam Querrey. He had to muster all his energy to take the final set and the match, and will now face American veteran James Blake in the next round. Milos Raonic of Canada safely negotiated his way past Argentine Carlos Borlak in straight sets, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. And joining him will be Tommy Haas. The German number 13 seed beat Russia's Dmitry Tursunov to book a second-round matchup with Chinese Tapai's Jimmy Wang. Other names of note through are Jeremy Chardet, who beat Ryan Harrison, Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov, and Spain's Feliciano Lopez, who dumped out the number 19 seed Gilles Simon 6-2, 6-4, 7-6.